Aryna Sabalenka opens up on father Sergey death and growing faith his injury delays return after Miami Open win. Aryna Sabalenka, the world's #1 tennis player, has shared a personal story of loss and growing faith. She is dealing with the death of her father, Sergey. An injury has delayed her return to the court after winning the Miami Open. The article focuses on the personal story behind her professional success. World News Update: Economic ties and security concerns across the globe. The summary of the latest global news includes the boosting of trade relations between India and South Korea, the thwarting of an Iranian plan by Israel, the return to power of Bulgaria's ex-president Rumen Radev, and the involvement of Ugandan Congolese troops in rescuing captives in the Democratic Republic of Congo, among other significant international events. South Africa deploys military to Cape Town townships hit by crime. South African military deployed to Cape Town townships after a presidential order. Following ongoing gang violence, the deployment occurred nearly 50 days after the initial order. Fresh violence resulted in 2 deaths. Soldiers arrived in armored vehicles, equipped with assault rifles, to patrol areas like Mitchell's Plain. BYD earnings deep as competition intensifies in EV market. BYD's 2025 revenue rose to a record $116 billion, surpassing Tesla. But profits fell 19% due to intense competition in China's EV market. Despite declining domestic sales, BYD plans to expand overseas and introduce technology upgrades like fast-charging batteries to regain market share. Geely and other EV rivals are gaining ground in early 2026. Woman, 65, struck by 2 vehicles dies. A 65-year-old woman died after being struck by 2 vehicles on Tecumseh Road East in Windsor, Ontario. Police responded to the incident around 10 p.m. Wednesday night. The location was between Windermere and Lincoln Roads. The incident is under investigation. Manipur, mob violence after drug seizure operation. 18 injured. Vehicles torched. Following a drug seizure operation in Imphal, Manipur, mob violence erupted, leaving at least 18 civilians injured, including 5 women. The mob torched vehicles amidst the unrest. The incident is currently under investigation, and authorities are working to restore order. D designates Colombia's Petro as priority drug target. The D has designated Colombian President Petro a priority target amidst investigations into alleged links to narco-traffickers and campaign finance irregularities. Prosecutors are examining possible meetings and bribe solicitations. Petro denies the allegations, framing them as politically motivated. The probes have emerged amidst a pattern of Washington using legal tools against left-leaning Latin American leaders. ByteDance joins Alibaba, Tencent in Lunar New Year AI giveaway war. ByteDance, along with Alibaba and Tencent, is engaging in a costly AI giveaway war during the Lunar New Year. These Chinese tech giants are offering cash handouts, robots, and cars to attract users and establish dominance in the rapidly expanding AI market, shaping user habits and preferences. Rolls-Royce introduces Project Nightingale with limited 100-car run. Rolls-Royce has announced Project Nightingale, the debut model of its coach-built collection. This limited run of 100 bespoke luxury vehicles caters to the high demand from elite clients for customized automotive experiences, showcasing Rolls-Royce's commitment to personalized craftsmanship. Forget EVs. These petrol cars are booming. Despite the rise of EVs, petrol car sales are still significant in Australia. while electric vehicles gain traction. Traditional petrol models maintain a strong presence in the market. The Australian automotive landscape is evolving, but petrol cars are not disappearing anytime soon, demonstrating continued consumer demand. Hezbollah executes largest 24-hour strike to date. 600 rockets and drones target Israel amid rising death toll. Hezbollah launched approximately 600 rockets and drones at Israel in a single day, marking their largest offensive since the current escalation began. They claimed responsibility for 93 attacks, targeting military sites, settlements, and IDF troop concentrations, including Merkava tanks. Israel reported casualties, including soldiers and civilians, due to attacks from Lebanon. US military aircraft hit in Iran war are first shot down by enemy fire in over 20 years. Iran shot down 2 US military aircraft, marking the first such incident in over 20 years. An F-15E fighter jet and an A-10 attack aircraft were hit, with one service member rescued and another missing. Experts believe a shoulder-fired missile was likely used. The incident highlights Iran's continued ability to strike back despite recent US-Israeli attacks. Mexican drug lord killing sparks revenge attacks. Cars and businesses set ablaze. Highways blocked, following the reported death of drug lord El Mencho in a military raid. Suspected supporters retaliated by blocking highways and setting vehicles and businesses on fire. Across multiple Mexican states, residents and tourists were advised to remain indoors due to the widespread violence and disruptions. Investment Minister reviews General Motors' $530 million Egypt expansion plans. Egypt's Minister of Investment reviewed General Motors' $530 million expansion plans, focusing on automotive industry localization and export promotion. GM's investments include $50 million for advanced manufacturing. Local content in some models exceeds 60%. GM reaffirmed Egypt's key role in its regional strategy, planning new models and increased production for domestic and export markets. UEFA calls leagues to summit over microscopic war. UEFA convenes an emergency summit with Europe's top leagues to address concerns over the inconsistent application of VAR, dubbed microscopic in its precision. The meeting aims to standardize referee decisions and enhance fairness in matches. Teenage girl who weaponized stolen cars denied bail over risk to community. A 13-year-old girl faces 109 charges, including allegedly driving into a cyclist with a stolen car. Due to the perceived risk to the community, she has been denied bail. The charges relate to multiple incidents involving what authorities describe as the weaponizing of stolen vehicles. Uttarakhand Chief Sekhi reviews fuel, gas supply amid global tensions in high-level meet. Uttarakhand's Chief Secretary reviewed fuel and gas supplies due to global tensions impacting shipping routes. The meeting addressed gas availability, Char Dham Yatra demand, and alternative energy promotion. Assurances were given regarding sufficient supplies, and citizens were urged to avoid panic. Focus on curbing black marketing, promoting green energy, and assisting citizens abroad were emphasized. TMG's The Spine. Inside Cairo's most ambitious urban development. The Spine is a large, mixed-use urban development in Madinati, Egypt, aiming to be Cairo's first car-free community. It will feature residential, commercial, and entertainment spaces, incorporating smart city technologies like AI and IoT. Located in a special investment zone, it targets international investors with Grade A+ office spaces and extensive amenities, positioning Egypt as a leader in urban design. Regional escalation intensifies with cross-border strikes. Middle East tensions escalate with cross-border attacks. Qatar, Jordan, and Israel report interceptions and strikes. Iran targets US facilities and claims attacks on Saudi airbase. The US is threatened with further strikes. Regional condemnation grows as Iraq pledges neutrality, highlighting escalating risks to security in global trade routes. The situation underscores a widening regional confrontation. North Korea's stalled reopening. Trains move but tourists wait at China's edge. North Korea has partially reopened its border with China, resuming passenger train services. Tourism visas, however, remain suspended, disappointing those eager to visit. While trade is recovering and some stranded North Koreans hope to return home, tourists are limited to observing the country from the Chinese side of the border, awaiting further easing of restrictions. Air China is also set to resume flights to Pyongyang, but only for those with work or study visas.